Hi everybody, greetings to all of you from an okay day here in Cape Town. Yesterday I wouldn't have said that. Whoa, the heavens opened up and the rain came down. The roads were flooded. It was quite a day. But today the weather's looking quite nice and pleasant. And hey, I'm back in South Africa and I'm very, very, very happy. I'm delighted to be back. America's a great country, but 3.5 months I was there, and I needed to get back, man. I've got a small little business here, and you can't neglect these things indefinitely. The work piles up, and boy, I sure got a mountain of it to get through. Well, anyway, be that as it may, I'm back here. And people said, "Are you crazy? Or do you want to go back there? It's a land of corrupt politicians, staggering unemployment, rising crime rate, incompetent civil servants, a collapsing economy, all the good things, that make life interesting living in this part of the world." But, at the same time, people do say there's no place like home. And so, I'm very glad to be back. I've got to be careful saying things like delighted and glad and so on. I read an article the other day. I don't know how much I believe it, but anyway, it said, don't tell people about the good things that are going on in your life. Because if you do, many of them will resent it and they will send bad energy your way. Well, I don't think I'd heard that before. And it rather startled me. I mean, if I must speak for myself, I would much rather listen to somebody telling me about the good things in their life than the bad things. And some people can major in bad things. I'm sure you know someone like that. I certainly know a few people like that. And it's like having a soggy, wet blanket draped over you, and you smothered underneath it, and you're just praying for a bit of good news. You can't take all this despondency and despair any longer. So let's walk on the sunny side of life, and if there's anything good in going on in your life, share it, man. I don't believe people will really resent that. So I've got a lot to be grateful for, and my health is good. I think I've recovered very well, all things considered. Man, I tell you, I was in the right place at the right time for the right reason. So, I'm alive, and that's that's nothing to sneeze at, is it? Eh? I mean, we're all glad to be alive. Life is worth living. But it wasn't nearly the case, I've got to tell you. So, prior to me having this heart surgery, the physicians decided that they would give me a briefing the day before. And, it's not just one man with a scalpel who does the operation. There's a team of 4 of them, plus a number of, supporting personnel. And they work all together, to undertake this very, very big and serious operation. So anyway, they come into the room where I am, and they start. And I am told, first of all, that an operation of this nature, it is not possible to have it without pain. In fact, the exact words that the man used was, "A painless operation is unachievable." So, prepare yourself for some pain, okay? But don't worry about it, because we're able to treat you, and we're going to make you comfortable. And so put it out of your mind. You don't need to stress about it. We got the pain under control. Well, thank you very much. And the second thing, some people worry, they're going to be put out under anesthetic, and they don't know what's happening to themselves, and they're anxious. Am I going to see my loved ones again? Am I going to come out on the other side okay, alive? Well, don't you worry about that, I was told. The chances of anything going wrong are next to zero. Less than 2% of people ever die in an operating theatre. So please don't trouble yourself over any thoughts that you may have along those lines. You're going to be fine. You're in good hands, and we've got everything under control. Oh, okay, well, thank you. And you might want to bear in mind that anesthetic affects people differently. So, when you come around and you start regaining consciousness, you may be alarmed at things that you feel and things that you see and so on. Now, please try to calm yourself down and relax, because it's more than likely a figment of your imagination. People imagine things, all sorts of things, when they come out from anesthetic, and they hallucinate sometimes. So just be aware of that. Try and remind yourself of what we're telling you. If something alarms you when you start coming around, just calm yourself down and tell yourself it's not true. It's just something it's just something I'm imagining. So yeah, do you have any questions at all? No, I got no questions. I'm fine. I'm cool. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck. And they all shake hands, and they leave me. And the next day comes. So we're down the passage. They've given me a sedative. We are all used to that if we've ever had surgery. And but I don't know what this sedative was, because it knocked me out long before I got to the operating theatre. I didn't even see it. And I was quite curious. I wanted to actually take a look around and see, hey, what equipment have they got here? What does this stuff look like? And I didn't see any of that. I was fast asleep. But I then become aware of the fact that I'm sort of swimming to the surface of my consciousness, and I'm becoming aware of things. And I'm in the operating theatre, and I'm being pulled off what I presume to be the operating table, and being put onto either a bed or a trolley. So I'm in the process of being moved, and I'm thinking, well, they must have finished with the operation. The time went really quick. I wonder how I'm doing. And then I'm aware of a figure hovering here on my right-hand side, next to the bed, and I hear a voice. Mr. Martin, can you hear me, Mr. Martin? So I kind of open my eyes, and I kind of look there groggery, and what do I see? This beautiful Filipino face. Yeah, looks like somebody from that part of the world. She's got glasses on, okay, and she's got this beautiful smile. What a lovely thing to wake up to. And I look at her and I think, you can't work here in this hospital, you don't seem to fit into the surroundings here. Perhaps if you had a surgical gown on and a cap on your head, and and you were a bit more covered up, and a mask over your face, yeah, you'd fit the idea I have of somebody working here. So clearly, you're a hallucination. Delete. And I turn my head, I look the other way, and I go to sleep. And then something else happens there. And for weeks, I don't talk about it, because I can't believe it. And it's something that weighs heavily on my mind. Every day, throughout the day, I'm thinking of this. And then we get to the last day of my visit in the hospital, and time has gone by now, many weeks, and I'm okay, heart seems to be working, There's the wound, healed up beautifully. In fact, I'm absolutely staggered that they've done such a neat job. These guys know their stuff, eh? No question about it. So I'm sitting there patiently waiting for my family to come and fetch me. Let me tell you something about that hospital. I don't know if this is typical of hospitals in America, but that hospital, people walk in and out all day. Strangers. Sometimes I recognize them, they've been there the day before or the day before that or yesterday. But for the most time, they just people that I don't know. And this goes on throughout the day, eh? They walk in there, hello, how are you? My name is so-and-so. How are you feeling today? Do you have any pain? Oh, lovely. Oh, you're looking good. And keep well, and we'll be seeing you again. And off they go. And they're all little experts in their own field. But I don't know what they want and what they're doing there. At first I tried to remember all the faces and all the names, but it was too big a job for me. So anyway, I got used to it. And they come in and they go, and they come and they go. And I'm as polite as I possibly can be with them. And we exchange a few pleasantries and so on, and that's it. So in walks this lady, and she comes right up to the bed, and I look at her, and she says, I've come to say goodbye. So I don't answer her. I don't greet her, nothing. I hold up my finger, and I point at her, and I say to her, yours was the first face I saw when I came out from the operating theatre. And she says, Mr. Martin, you remembered me. I'm so happy. It's the Filipino lady with a smile. So anyway, we chatted a little bit. I had a felt tip in there and some object that the hospital had given me as a momentum of my time there. It was like the shape of a vinyl heart. And I asked her to sign that so that I would remember her name. And we said goodbye and she left. And I thought to myself, now, I was told that when I come out from anesthetic, I'm going to be imagining stuff. I'm going to be hallucinating. I thought that was the case with this lady. But no ways. She's flesh and blood. She's alive as I am. So, yeah, well, grey matter's still working okay. I didn't make a mistake. And then I thought as well of the briefing. Painless operation is not achievable. Well, it didn't bother me that much because it was the kind of thing I expected to hear and I expected to experience. But believe me, I never had a moment, not a moment's pain from then till now. Nothing. And folk ask you this several times a day. Are you in any pain? Do you have any pain? Do you have any pain? No, I'm fine. I'm cool. No, I got no pain. Thank you very much. No, I'm all right. And one cardiologist, I detected a note of irritation in her voice when she asked me the second time, do you have any pain? No, I'm fine, thank you. Listen, she says, try and understand that this is a medical facility and we are here to help you. So if we ask you, are you in pain? Please answer honestly. There's no place for heroes in a hospital. No place for heroes. I'm no hero. Boy, I can shout and yell as much as the next man when he's in pain. Believe me. I just haven't got any pain. So I haven't got any pain. Okay. Well, we can excuse them for that. Maybe they got it a bit wrong in the briefing, but we won't hold them to that. We'll be grateful for it. Eh? That's a great blessing. So, okay, but they were wrong, eh? And they were wrong about the hallucinations. But to what extent? Because you see, this is what happened after I turned away from that girl. I fell asleep a little bit. And then I started waking up again. And I realized there was a man sitting here near me. The male nurse. It's his job to look after me. So I'm thirsty, eh? I tell you, I've been in the Zambezi Valley, as have many of you who are watching this movie. Let me tell you, that place is hot, eh? And if you haven't got water, and you've gone without water for maybe a day or so, and you'll know what it's like, eh? It's like your blood is thickening in your body and you can't breathe, and you're being tormented by insects and flies, and you've got no strength, eh? And the guys are just lying around where they can find shade and panting and, you know, praying that the gooks are miles away and don't find us there. And, you know, that is thirst. I never thought that I would ever be that parched again in my life till I had this operation. So I'm lying there and I'm really, really thirsty, eh? So I make the effort. Hey buddy, excuse me. And the figure moves and comes straight away to me. Yes sir, can I help you? Are you okay? Thirsty man, give me something to drink. Oh, you're not allowed to have something to drink. How can I not have something to drink? Please man, I'm really thirsty. Okay, just a sip. Thank you. He gives me a sip. It's hardly a drop or two. It doesn't even wet the inside of my mouth, and he's gone. No, it doesn't take me long before I bother him again. Hey buddy. Yes sir, can I help you? Need some more water, man. You're not supposed to have water. Just give me a sip, man. I'm dying of thirst. Okay then. And he gives me another sip. It doesn't last very long before I repeat my request. Now I don't know if he's getting tired of jumping up and down to see to me, or if he's genuinely becoming alarmed at the amount of drops of water I'm having. So he reminds me again, look, you know, this is really, really, really a very dangerous thing, and in your condition you shouldn't be having it. Ah man, I tell you, I know I'm thirsty, I've got to have it. I can't I can't manage without it. So the next time he comes, I figure to myself, look, you better take a good gollop of water before he yanks it away, and then maybe you're not going to get any more. So make it worth your while. And I get a nice good swallow of water, which he doesn't like. No more for you, he says. Sorry sir, you can't have any more. You know. And he goes and sits down. Okay, so I'm content. So I'm lying there. Yeah, okay, my thirst is gone for a while. And I drift off to sleep again. And I'm aware of voices in the room. Not a lot of voices, but, you know, maybe two people. And then I feel I'm being sort of manhandled, you know, I'm being pushed to one side. So I open my eyes and what's wrong? No, just relax, sir. Everything's under control. Don't worry. We're just going to turn you over onto your side, okay? Just relax. Everything's fine. No, I don't want to go over onto my side. No. Everything's fine. They turn me onto my side. Yeah, and I don't like it. Yeah, I'm feeling uncomfortable. But you know, man, they ought to know what they're doing. So let me just not be a bother, you know. So I lie there, and I'm not really feeling good. And I start just drifting off again. Yeah, because, you know, I've just come out from anesthetic and I'm on and off and, you know, awake and asleep and awake and asleep. So then I hear more voices, much later. But this time, I sense that the room has got a lot of people in it. Like a lot of people, like maybe more than 5 people. And there's obviously feeling of tension in the air. And I can tell by the voices, although I can't discern the words, I can tell that things are not going good. And I'm lying there, listening to all of this, trying to make sense of it. And I'm feeling a little bit like nauseous, like I'm struggling to breathe a bit, and it's like my head is swimming, And I hear a voice say, I think we're going to lose him. Then another voice says after a moment, I agree. It looks like he's going. Then another voice says, and this alarms me a bit, there he goes. So, well, I feel sorry for whatever poor guy they got in the room here with me, because it sounds pretty ominous. And they're standing next to me looking at a monitor, which, by the way, is connected to myself. And it suddenly dawns on me, hey, there's nobody else in this room. You're the only patient. And they say, you're on your way out. He's going. There he goes. Goodbye. Have a nice trip. Give our regards to anybody we may know there. What? Well, I can't have that. I mean, less than 2%. Don't tell me I'm going to be that tiny little group that's going to come over here. I can't have that. So I start stirring. And I shout, hey! To catch their attention, of course. And it certainly does. And I've got people hovering all over me and asking me if I'm okay and can I hear them. And I'm yelling back as loud as I can. Maybe it was just a croak, I don't know, because I'm very weak at the time. But I'm saying, turn me over on my back. Turn me over on my back, because I was okay on my back before. I could breathe and everything was all right. When they turned me over onto my side. So, somewhere I heard something about the water. Like my situation was caused by the water that I had from this guy. No ways. I don't believe that. That water didn't affect me. It did me good. Anyway, over on my back, there I lie. And, I didn't pass away. So the night goes by, okay, and the next morning the day shift takes over, and I recover, I'm okay, and I think it's the day after that, it snows. So my buddy over here, my male nurse, he puts me in a wheelchair, pushes me to a big panoramic sized window, opens the curtains, and he parks me there in front of this, and he switches off the light and leaves me in peace. And there I sit in the darkness watching the snow come down. Never seen anything like that before. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I just sat there and relaxed, and I just thought how grateful I am to be alive. But like I said, I don't talk to nobody till after I see the girl, and then again a couple of weeks go by before I think, man, maybe the girl was real, but maybe the rest of the stuff wasn't. But folks, I can't help it. Push me in a corner and ask me, what do you think? Really, honestly, did you nearly die there? I'd say yes. Without question, I turned at death's door. So you see, I've got a lot to be happy for. And I don't think any of you will resent me for that. I said to the doctor, okay, now that you patched me up, fixed me up and put valves in and bypass and goodness knows what else, how long will I live? I mean, you can't ask a guy a question like that. I mean, he's not a prophet, he doesn't know. So he says, well, all things being good, theoretically, I suppose I could give you a guarantee of 7 years, another 7 years. Well, that's not bad. I'm happy with 7 years. So he says, but if you really look after yourself, and you take care, he said, go for 15. 15 years. That's good, for a guy my age to be kind of given the hope that he can survive another 15 years. Why, I'll take that with both hands. So I've got that to be grateful to as well. Yeah, so we'll not be glum, we'll not be gloomy. Life is still worth living. So, well, the time came to leave. I was very sorry because I saw on one of the comments of the last movie, but it was too late, a person that said, could they please meet with me before I left Georgia? Unfortunately, it wasn't possible. I did meet Max, a great young guy, you know, one of our subscribers. I was able to spend some time with him one morning. It was really super. I would have loved to have had you know, a repeat of that experience with another subscriber. So I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to do that. But hey, man, I had to get back. And so the tickets had been bought by my son and my daughter-in-law very graciously last year. So because of this unfortunate delay there in America, and with you know, the travel arrangements being in season and out of season, and for all sorts of reasons, when the time came for me to now come home, and this was just a few weeks ago, the value of the tickets had appreciated to such an extent that my son was able to upgrade them to first class, and that was you know, that was really something wonderful. So I had been worrying a little bit about the trip, only because, you know, the cardiologists have been sort of putting the wind up me, you know, saying, oh, you've got to be careful on the plane, you know, if you have a stroke over there, the plane's got to be redirected and da 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 da. So, you know, it was a little bit of a worrying thing. So yet here I was in first class, nice little suite of my own, door I can close, like a little desk next to me, monitor, I can watch movies, I can watch the flight plan, I can watch the progress of the aircraft, I can look out the window. Man, what an amazing piece of equipment that was. You know, I can remember, and this will probably make me sound a lot older than I am, but I can remember gazing up into the sky as a young person and seeing biplanes flying around. You know, they weren't attending a vintage aircraft show or anything like that. These were working planes that were still in operation then. They weren't state of the art. I mean, things had developed a lot beyond these old, you know, fabric and wood machines. But nonetheless, they were still flying around. And yet here I was in this amazing Delta airline, flies at 41,000 feet, in excess of 1,000 kilometers an hour, 300 odd passengers on board, flies for 16 and a half hours, and goodness knows how much further it can still fly beyond that. How does it do it? I've got no idea. And it's almost as silent as a mouse. I mean, you can't hear anything inside. Beautiful machine, lovely. And so you know, I enjoyed the trip back. It wasn't like coming out to America. It was really fabulous. And then, of course, you know, you're thinking of going home, and you know, I'm watching the screen and seeing how the kilometers are going by, and it's a good feeling, eh? And so we arrived in Cape Town. It was raining. I didn't mind that at all. African gentleman met me at the conveyor belt while I was waiting for my luggage, greeted me very friendly. Are you a holiday maker, sir, or returning resident? I said, hey man, I'm home. And he says, there's no place like home. I said, you took the words out of my mouth. Very nice guy. Yeah, a nice welcome back here. So yeah, here I am. So folks, I thank you for all your good wishes and your prayers while I was over in America. I think this has to be the last of these Sitrep type videos. I've got to get down to, you know, some more serious stuff for the channel. So I'm I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling up to it. I must just find the time. I must get through all this work that's waiting here for me. And, factory's been, quite busy. So I'll get all that out the way and then get back to providing some material again for the channel. But as I said, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate it. I'm going to wrap this up now. I wish you all well. Take care wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Look after yourself. All the very best. God bless you. And bye for now. Cheers.
Kom, hij snapt zo meteen. Kom. Nia. Welcome to Africa.